Hey guys, welcome to First 20. I am Craig, and I'm excited to bring this devotional to you. We're going to be looking at Acts 17, 1 to 34, and very interesting story about Paul speaking about his love for Jesus. And you'll see in this chapter, it's a long chapter, I'm not going to read the entire thing. Paul is in three different places, giving three different accounts of his love and connection to Jesus, and doing it three different ways. And I think it's very important as we read through this chapter, we see the importance of having the ability to articulate your faith to those around you. Now, obviously, Paul was a missionary and he was going to these places, towns and cities, going into synagogues and telling the people about Jesus, Jews and non-Jews. And his reaction to these three situations were very different. The first one, some believed, some didn't, and then there were some that were very angry and wanted to actually kill him, and he had to actually escape. The next town, he's there and he spreads the word, and it's actually a good response to it. The crowd, they hear him, some experience him and experience change, but others just are interested in learning more and tracking with him. And then the third experience, he has a massive debate in Athens, Mars Hill, at a place where all the very wise and the philosophers of the time would spend debating the gods. And I love this piece because Paul enters into this. And again, don't forget, these were great scholars that he was coming up against, and he feared nothing. And I think the beauty of that is his trust was in God, and because he was filled with the Spirit, he was okay to go into these big arenas. And I love that about Paul, being a simple man, but being filled with God and learning about who God is, and then being able to express that to people, from the common people to the wisest of the time. And I love how each circumstance he assesses the situation, and I don't think he waters down what he says. I think he just assesses what is around him and brings what is needed for the people to hear. And I think that's because he's connected to the Spirit. So as we read this, it was a challenge to me, is one, to always have an account of your faith at any time, to be able to tell the people around you what it is that you believe and how you can draw them to Christ. Now, I do believe that you have to have a life that exemplifies the love of God before we start diving into who this God is. And when the Spirit's moving in your life, He will prompt you. He will tell you when to speak. He will help you in what it is that you need to be saying. And as you do that, you just would see the love of God coming from your mouth to the person that you're speaking to. And we're not smashing them with the Bible. We're not forcing them into this relationship. We are bringing them into an encounter of Jesus, and this is done through the Holy Spirit. I don't think we have to water down our theology. I think we have to increase our compassion. And I love when he's in Athens, in Mars Hill, when this debate goes on, he's looking around and he actually sees something there that says, an idol to the unknown God. And so wise is he at this time, he speaks into that unknown God and he presents Jesus Christ. And he astonishes those around him because they didn't know that he was so well connected with the Spirit that his explanation of Jesus and the story of Jesus changes a few people's minds at the time, and then they inquire and ask for him to come back. And I think this is the beauty of it. When you are connecting with people about Jesus and it's done from the heart and it's the right time, it's done in love, they will ask you to come back to speak into their life because there's a need, there's a void. So my challenge to you is to, one, always have an account of Jesus Christ and how you would articulate that. And then two, that when you do that, it will be done in love, and making sure that you're finding space and time in your day and in your life to speak about the love of Christ. So go be awesome. Go change your world.